My name is David Stevens and I'm one of the people that gets the show on the road. We have a number of different cars available for families to take their loved one to a funeral service, including a 1954 Dodge, which is a classic vintage vehicle that appeals to people with an old worldly view of a funeral service. The 1954 Dodge is a classic vintage vehicle. Many families appreciate the traditional colour of black and as well have an interest in the era of the vehicle itself. Hearses in this era had a coffin in the back here and were able to also have another coffin underneath for the second funeral that they might have done during the day, or indeed they might have been able to do a transfer from a family home with a stretcher, placing the deceased in here as well. This is the family funeral coach, a recent addition to our fleet, a new concept based on a very old idea, and the idea is to keep the family together with the deceased. So the vehicle acts as both a hearse and a limousine, seating 10 family members, keeping them in constant contact with the deceased from the family home to the church and from the church to the cemetery. An interesting and touching aspect of driving the family funeral coach is when you look in the rear vision mirror, you often see the husband or the wife or one of the main family members sitting here just with their hand on the coffin from the home to the church and from the church to the cemetery, just keeping in touch with the deceased for as long as they possibly can. It's a subtle thing, but it's certainly something that's very impacting.
I'm Pauline Tobin and I'm a qualified embalmer. I have been embalming for 12 years and on a weekly basis I look after approximately 16 people. Because of my qualification as an embalmer, I've also been deployed as a disaster victim identification team member. And I was deployed in 2006 to an air crash in Cameroon where I looked after the human remains and DNA until those people were positively identified and returned to their loved ones.
My name is Chris Tuttle. I'm the manager of Memories and Tributes, which is a division of Tobin Brothers. What we do here is use photographs and video to help celebrate a person's life. Our job is to provide an emotional connection in the funeral ceremonial space. So if one of our products sparks an emotional reaction in someone, we've done our job really well. For the client, just going through their photo album to provide the photos we need for our products is a cathartic experience. It's a really valuable way that they can connect with the deceased and get into a great emotional space before the ceremony.